Okay, everybody. So, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so what's gonna happen is, here's how today's gonna work. I'm just gonna get the blinds open and everything just so that we can have some light and feel. And I don't know where Zach is, but he'll be here any moment. And we'll continue with the day. Getting blood rush. Lie down. That's better. Okay. Alright. So, first things first, the horoscope. So, how about we watch and listen to the horoscope for today? Today is July 4th. It is going to be a very, very special, a very, very exciting day today. Because tonight, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going to we're going to be, it's going to be the evening time, and we're going to be going somewhere random out into the country, probably going west. I'm probably going by that big sidewalk and the church and everything. We're going to go somewhere out in the country, and this mention me, Mrs. Talatox, Mrs. Gloonies, Mrs. Tenson's, Mrs. Eskinroll Shoops, Bell Books Amentons. All of those Amentons will be there because we're going to be having a 4th of July cookout. Okay, we're going to be having a cookout. That's something for you to look forward to later. So what we're going to be doing is there's going to be fireworks, we're going to be doing Roman candles. We're going to be doing snakes. We're going to be throwing like little fire darts. So a lot of the things that certain individuals at all of the Amentons are going to be bringing, including tables and chairs and food, and also games and entertainment and all those types of things. So we'll be eating, we'll be singing. As I already told you, we'll be doing fireworks. We'll probably be doing things like playing hide and seek or really, really fun things. It should be a very, very relaxing generally a very entertaining evening for you all. Okay? So that is on the plan for today, and Zach Callison will be joining us for that. Okay? So what's going to happen is we're going to be having dinner there. Okay, we're going to be having dinner there. And what's going to happen is me and Zach will be making a little show, kind of a parody of Gross Wound, a little like a couple cooking videos. That's what we planned out to do since, we do have kind of a relationship with the lessons and everything. And I will be cooking some of the recipes that will be served and you'll get to eat. And I think that you'll really, really like these recipes for the cookout. So we're going to be having a choice of different types of meats. So, every mention's going to do just a reasonable amount of things. We're not going to bring a whole lot of stuff. But I will be making, we're going to be doing is I'm going to be making beef kebabs, actually. This mention's going to be doing beef kebabs. And it's going to be off of the Jazzy Vegetarian Lady's recipe. And she does do vegan. She used like a seitan, like a substitution for meat. But we're going to use regular beef. And it has like a really kind of a spicy, sweet glaze and marinade. And I think that you'll really, really like those kebabs. Zach and I will be making those. And I'll also be cooking up several several really, really good salads with this. Like a couple salad options that will go really, really well, and maybe some um, like a potato dish with something. And then he said that he has a couple of small recipes that he wants to share with me, and he wants to cook those for the cookout. Um, so what's going to happen is not only are we going to be doing it alone, just so remember when the Kimchi Chronicles people came here, and they like demonstrated like how they were cooking, and you each got to kind of help. Okay, well that's what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be an open kitchen. It's going to be like me and Zach, and I'm going to be the host. It's going to be the guest, and we are going to be like teaching you all. And if you have any tips, or if you have a recipe, because I know that some of you have a hobby of cooking, and you will really enjoy and have a pretty good interest in doing it, and be really skilled in cooking, then you certainly can bring about your own recipes. And there'll be a time where each and every one of you can come up and show a tutorial on how to make those recipes. Okay? And so we're gonna do that. I don't exactly know what he has planned. It's gonna be like childhood favorites or something. I think that he said something about croquettes or something. I really don't know what he has up his sleeve for food, but I'm very, very excited to find out. An actor, singer, and cook. Okay. So this Minton's doing kebabs. Julia Eskenroll is doing she is doing chicken, just like a roasted chicken with like a type of like herb de Provence with honey, and it's sweet and spicy and everything. Another Minton is doing steak, which I believe is Mrs. Talea Minton. And Mrs. Bellbooks Minton is going to be cooking and grilling ribs. And lamb chops is going to be Mrs. Tenson's Minton. Pork chops is going to be Mrs. Shoop's Minton. And I think that's basically generally all. I mean, I know some of what the Mintons are cooking, but I really don't know, because I wanted it to be a surprise. And it's going to be like a feast. So while they're getting the hot food going, you're going to have a variety of antipastos, which are like appetizers prior to the actual appetizers. So there'll be little things like olives, there'll be like prosciutto wrap, things like there'll be spinach artichoke dip, all those types of great things. And what's going to happen is, okay, so I didn't make myself clear, so I'll go over the food and then I'll, go back to what I was saying to you earlier. So there's going to be that, and there's going to be little appetizers. Well, there's probably not going to be like appetizers. There's probably, just going to be like little bites and tasty little morsels that you can have before, before the main course, which is going to be a type of meat and a salad, and maybe another couple, 1 with 3 side dishes to go on with that. So what's going to happen is me and the new Minton guest are going to be making, as I said before, a show, okay? A show, it's like a 4th of July cookout preparation, I think it's called, and there'll be several parts. The first part is going to be all the antipastos, chips and dips and everything. I have a couple of things. He has a couple of things also that he wants to show. And if you have anything that you think's a neat idea, or that you have cooked before and you like, you think that the Minton will enjoy it, whatever the reason may be, then there'll be a time after each segment where you can all come and prepare that. Then the next segment is going to be the meat, and I mean it literally. We're going to get the kebabs going with cutting up the vegetables and making them marinade and getting the meat on there, and he might have another meat dish to go along with that. And then the next segment is the side dishes and the salads, because they're both kind of the same thing. And I have a couple salads that I'm going to be making, maybe one or two. He has a couple of things also in terms of other side dishes. And again, there'll be a time where you can come up and you can show your own tips, or tricks, or techniques, or recipes, and all of that jazz. Okay, so I don't know that every Minton is going to be doing that, but I know that this Minton will be doing that. Okay, so what's going to happen is at around 5, we're going to be heading on buses, okay, and the thing is, I would bring the drum killers, but the thing is, it's going to be outside, going to be talking to them outside, like the whole thing's going to be outside, okay, so I don't think that you'll need the drum killers, just because things like if you were to talk to somebody, it's just like, it just spreads everywhere else, because it's an open space, and everyone's been keeping pretty darn healthy. But if you feel safe and you want to take the precautions, just be extra careful, then I am completely with the idea of that. I'm not gonna stop you. I think that you're very, very good and very practical minded, and I appreciate you for doing that, although you don't have to. But if you feel like you want to do it, that is perfectly fine. I implore you to do that if it makes you feel comfortable. And I might do that too, actually, coming to think of it. But no, you won't get anything. So what's going to happen is, I do not have any tables. And Zach Callison, he said that he does not have any shelves or any like picnic tables or any grills that we might need, or all those types of things. So other Mintons will be bringing all that stuff. Okay, and it'll all be set out in it's like a rectangular table, I think, where all of the Mintons at different sections of the table are going to be getting together. Other Mintons will bring shells and grills and everything. We will bring wind protection, cups, silverware, tablecloth, extra finishing touches, have a little alfresco elegance, and Zach has a couple of really, really fun games that we're going to be playing after we're done, right before it gets dark enough to do the fireworks. So he's going to be bringing cornhole. We're going to be doing like a little game of kickball. I think that'd be really, really fun. Tossing ball, tennis, all those type of games. Some of them he will be bringing, and others, as I said, other Mintons will be bringing. And I have a good amount of fireworks stored away, and he actually took the initiative and got all of those games, and he went to a fireworks store and he got all of the fireworks and some matches. So kudos to him. So we're going to be loading all of that stuff onto the buses, onto that big down, like little pocket thing that you can put things in. We're going to be leaving at 5, going to the secluded spot. We're going to be, it's just going to be times where everyone who is going to be cooking, and Zach is not going to be cooking so that he can enjoy time and have quality time and do things and bond and get to know and talk to and like have all the types of connections and get to relax and get to talk to other Minton leaders and other students, because I think that you know him pretty well by now. I think that you all have a relationship. So because he's the honorary Minton guest, I didn't want to make him have to cook up the food. But all of the Minton's husbands, all of the Labimbi's husbands will be there cooking the hot food. Okay, so all the men's staff of my Minton, my curators and my head curator will be there at each and every Minton to cook up the hot food and everything. And everything else I am going to be already having prepared, and I'm going to store it in a place that you're going to want to steal, because a lot of the time it's like when you make a dish and then you put it somewhere and you have to drive into like the country and everything, like, does it stay fresh, did it spill, blah blah blah. So I have like little compartments of things to protect it. So how it looks here at the house looks exactly like it would be there after it's been, jostled around for however long. We should get there about 5, 5:30, I'd say, 5:25. So it won't be a whole long drive. It'll be pretty close to the town, but, rural in the country. So we'll get there. What'll happen is, we'll arrive there and we'll get things set up. We'll take everything out, and they might already have some things set up. And I want you all, because there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of tables, chairs, and everything to put together, and this, that, a lot to organize. So I need all of you, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be having tasks for all of you to do, like small tasks, because small tasks and a lot of people can really get the job done, to be able to organize things and set things up quickly and effectively and efficiently. Okay, so Zach will be doing it. I will be doing it. It's like everyone will take part. We'll get everything out. We'll put it on the table and everything. And you can help yourself to some tasty morsels and get to talk to your families, which they, if they can show up, then that is amazing. I would, requirely recommend that they show up. I know mine is. Okay, so it'll be a good chance to talk to others' families, get to hang out with your family, get introduced into my Minton guests and all of the other Minton guests and all the other Labimbis and everyone. So when everything is done, it's all going to be set out on the table. I'm going to be making like a lot, because there's a lot of people to feed. So there's going to be a lot of kebabs that I'm going to make. And that's why we're going to do that little cooking thing so that you can go in. Because there's so many of you that you can all go in and help out. And I'll clear out the dining room so that there's room for all of you to stand. So what's going to happen is it'll all be laid out on the table. And I might actually make all the dishes twice in maybe 2 or 3 different bowls, so that you don't have to ask for something way down at the end of the table. it's going to be right there on another dish close to you. You might have to reach a little bit, but it's close so that you can get it. And my kebabs will be mixed in with all the other meats and all the other dishes, and you can help yourself, because I'm not a believer in only eating what your Minton makes. No. You'll be eating what, and you'll get to eat what all the other Mintons make, including my Minton. Okay, so it's kind of like an outdoor alfresco feast, really. So that's what's going to happen, and then we're going to get a chance to kind of settle and talk some more, play a couple games or so, and then we will get to the fireworks display. Zach has fireworks, and other Mintons did the big fireworks with the where you like the professional fireworks that you see up in the sky. And she said that there was some very that these fireworks make very, very neat and cool fireworks. Okay. So this year is a little bit abnormal. Normally we would be going to a fireworks display publicly, but because of COVID, we can't do that. So you know what? We will be having our own party, for 4th of July, and own celebration for Milka's birthday. Okay. So that's the plan. Okay, and I think that the grand finale is going to be like the flag up in the air with something that they have planned, and then we'll all go home and have a nice evening before bed. Alright, so if there's anything I forgot to tell you about any of this, then I will come back and let you know. And I deeply encourage you to go and look up the history of the American Revolution and everything, and the Declaration of Independence in American history, and the Founding Fathers and everything. So if this is optional. Okay, we have a lot of other stuff to get to today, but and maybe another year I'll probably put more emphasis on it. But it is optional this year. It is optional today if you want to go in and you want to read and research or watch like a documentary or videos on the Founding Fathers, American Revolution, everything. I would encourage, because you're learning about the history of today, because it's America's birthday, and you're honoring it and paying tribute to it by understanding it, just like how we do to our Minton guests and everything, with learning about it. So if you want to, then I say absolutely. But if you don't, then that is perfectly fine. But I'll leave it open-ended. Okay, so now we did a lot of things yesterday because we had to. As you know, I did not film that because I don't think that you'll be looking back on that, because it'll just be a repetition of trying to learn all the songs that you've already heard, and if you were to see that, then you'd probably be bored by it. So I didn't film all of the things yesterday, but we certainly did a lot yesterday. So I might limit how many meetings are actually filmed and how many are just without the filming. I'll have to see about it, but I won't certainly do every meeting. I plan on not doing that so much. Maybe just the morning ones and everything. So, oh my goodness me, I heard a knock on the door coming. Good morning, Zach. Was wondering where you were. Oh, okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, so you took the initiative and you got extra fireworks and everything, and you got the couple more games. Well, good for you. I'm really, really proud. But so thank you for letting me know where you've been and everything. I mean, you could just sit down on the couch. It's fine. That's why it's there anyway. I notice you all when you come into the Minton just sit on the ground or stand, or however many chairs there are in this room as an audience. Please use the couch. It is free. Do not feel obligated not to use the couch, because that's why I don't care if you sit on the couch, because that's why it's here. If you think that's comfy, if you want to be comfortable while listening to me, you'll probably have to turn right, but please, 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 please use the couch. The only thing is keep it clean, everything. Don't get it messy. Don't get this room messy. Kind of like the whole thing about respecting your space and everything. But please sit on the couch. If you feel that you need or want to. Okay? So, that's what I want to make crystal clear to you all. Okay? So, take the opportunity. If there's not enough room on the couch for that day, then try another day. But it's just sitting here saying, I need people to sit on me. You're not sitting and, feel like you're not taking advantage of such a wonderful luxury in the Minton room. Okay, so I would definitely use it. I don't want it to go to waste. Yeah, I made that perfectly clear. So, and there's Deborah. By the way, we're going to be watching the horoscope for today, okay? And I want to show a video to every single one of you. I showed the video to my pencil clubbers, of which we are going to be meeting another day. Okay, so I was just telling the Minton about the the whole deal with the cookout and everything. And that goes for you as well. So what's going to happen is Deborah Silverman is planning to, I'm doing it, but there's going to be a little interview with her and Zach Callison, where she's going to be giving him a reading on his natal chart. Now, I know you're thinking I am already reading off the different planets and everything, but I think that she does a little bit more than that. And so what'll happen is you'll be watching it on a TV screen sometime today, maybe at 1:30 or something, because it'll be a hot day where she'll be sitting in a room giving the astrological reading to Zach Callison. So, by the way, I had another idea that we might not do, but I was just thinking of it. Let's see here. So, we're going to talk about Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio. And you definitely, when you did that little, on the Scorpio impression, you can remember the, was kind of